What's going on, everybody? C4 here, and welcome to this week's Realistic Rebuild, and it's going to be a little bit unique for me because I'm actually doing the Philadelphia Eagles' weekend opponent tomorrow, and that is the Carolina Panthers. Now, this is a team I kind of wanted to get to because no quarterback has ran in the sim this year, and Cam Newton's pretty much the last chance at that happening. A patch just dropped for Madden 2 days ago. Haven't seen anything. Maybe they fixed the rushing. I don't know. What I do know is that the Carolina Panthers have one of the best run-friendly playbooks, so there is a chance. But what we've found out in years past for realistic rebuilds is that Cam Newton is absolutely, positively terrible in the sim. I don't know why. I mean, I personally think he gets one of the most overrated rankings in Madden every single year. Yes, I know he's a dual threat, and his mobility definitely helps out his base rating. But he's probably the worst, least accurate passer to ever win the MVP award. And I'm the first one to say that year that he won MVP, he was incredible. And I'm another one that says if you catch Cam Newton when he's hot, he's maybe like he's a genetic freak at the quarterback spot. But he sucks in the sim. He sucks when he has to throw the ball over like 30 sometimes a game. That's not his style. And I don't know, man. I'm hoping. I'm pulling for old Cam Newton. And even though I would have been a huge Cam Newton fan if he stayed at Florida and didn't, steal a laptop and then end up having to go to JUCO and then back to Auburn, I hope we can get this to work out because I like breaking some curse. We broke the curse, I think, of the Detroit Lions. Obviously, we had the legend P.L. Mullins in that one, so maybe we'll take something great like that to break the curse of Cam Newton being terrible, being absolute butt cheeks in the Madden sim. The rest of the team's looking pretty good. Christian McCaffrey, he's 22, star dev. Already a 90 overall, one of the best dual threat. Do they call him dual threat? What's like the best way? Two-way? Sounds sexual. There's a pun there. What do you call like a guy that can run a receiver? He's one of the best do-it-all backs. Even though his rushing touchdown numbers aren't that great in the sim, he's gonna be phenomenal. I'm firmly expecting he'll get his gold gloves at some point. Wide receivers, you got Funchess, who he's all right, but 82 quick dev. He's 24. He should be a key piece to this wide receiving core. Same with DJ Moore, 21-78 with that star dev. Now, it's going to be pretty tough for him to keep that star dev. What we're going to do is put him at that third wide receiver spot, and hopefully he's like one of the main focal points of this offense. Outside of that, I mean, maybe we can do something here with Curtis Samuel, normal dev, but there's a chance. There's a chance that we have our wide receivers, our forever wide receivers, when we're starting this rebuild. Greg Olson's nice, but he's super old and can't stay healthy anymore, but luckily we have injuries off. But he should be all right. I don't know what we're going to get here out of Ian Thomas, 71 normal. We might have to look at we're getting a brand new tight end in. Offensive line is, we got to get Matt Khalil out the books. We're going to have Darrell Williams, who's a right tackle. I actually slid him here to left tackle, and we'll go with Taylor Moton at right tackle. Nope. We got the actual worst starting left guard in the game. Khalil's not great. Trey Turner's nice at 25-2. Could be a long-term option. And we got Taylor Moton 24. Looking at it right now, we have a right guard and a left tackle. We're going to have to build up the rest of this offensive line. Defensively, we have maybe my favorite defensive end. Everyone knows I like to use the D-line. Julius Peppers, pound for pound, probably my favorite option there at defensive end in the history of Madden. So even though he's 38, it's nice to have him for 1 year. Mario Addison's not terrible, but he's 30 plus. Got a lot of old dogs here. Got to get younger on the defensive side. Isn't that guy here from England? Obada. Cool, interesting. Not going to develop at all, though. Oh, wait, does he have a good dev trait? They might have hooked him up with a dev trait. No. Defensive line. K1 Shorts, just really, really underrated, but at 29. Pose 28. This is dev. All right, pretty much going to have to work on rebuilding the entire defensive line. Outside linebacker, we got Shaq Thompson, 24-80 quick dev. Should be here forever. Luke Kuechly at 27. I think he'll hold that rating. I don't think he's going to regress too bad. So we should have Luke Kuechly for the majority, if not all, of this rebuild. He's best middle linebacker in football. Best linebacker in football, maybe. But definitely need to look at getting an upgrade here over the legendary Thomas Davis, who will retire sooner than later. In the secondary, we have James Bradbury, 25. He's an 80. We'll say we got one corner. But outside of that, we're probably going to have to look at bringing another one. We got Dante Jackson, 76 quick. I think he has like 3 picks and 5 games so far this season. He's off to a really hot start. The speedster out of LSU. He should be a nice option. So hopefully between Jackson and Bradbury, we can develop these guys as our 2 corners. And then we will have to look at landing one, maybe in free agency or the draft. Secondary, old Mike Adams. Eric Reed, they just signed him. 80 quick? Eric Reed still has a quick dev. All right, we got an option here. I'm glad we waited a little bit for Carolina to make this signing. And we might actually have a strong safety. 26 will be 30, 31. We can get him to develop here nicely in the first couple years. We might have one less thing we need to worry about. Special teams is all right. So all in all, we got to build up the offensive line, the defensive line, and get younger at certain positions. But I don't think this is going to be a bad rebuild. And I believe we've lost our last two. Haven't got a Super Bowl win in 2 rebuilds. So it's time to turn the page and try to make Cam Newton great again. So we are at the midway point, and we're 5-0 somehow, which is awesome. Top of the NFC South by a long shot. NFC South's not looking as competitive as I thought it was going to be on paper. We're actually where we are right now in real life. Tomorrow, this game actually plays out. I wish it was the 5-0 Panthers and the 5-1 Eagles, but we'll take it either way. Look at who we need to talk about in terms of re-signing. Devin Funchess for sure. He's already going up +2 this season. That's awesome. Thomas Davis on a 1-year deal. We do not have a replacement. We don't know if we're going to be able to get one. Being a little greedy here. Being a little greedy for a guy coming off a PED suspension, but I think we'll hammer out a 1-year deal. Darrell Williams, definitely need to bring him back. I think he can be our franchise left tackle. I'm such a fan of Julius Peppers that this one's almost going to be personal. We have a lot of salary cap. We're not going to need extra cap. Oh, my God. What's with these old guys wanting more money? I'm going to give one more contract offer to Davis and Julius Peppers. If they don't take it, they can go pound sand. Eric Reed could very well be a long-term option for us at strong safety. C.J. Anderson is not bad. What's he want? So you're not getting $20 million to be a backup. Yeah, so we'll try one more time with Thomas Davis and Julius Peppers to bring back the old heads. But Eric Reed, Darrell Williams, and Devin Funchess locked up long-term is about as good of a opening, in-house free agency window as you're going to get. And at the end of year number 1, we made the playoffs and got a bye, which is awesome. Winning the NFC South with an 11-4-1 record, which is pretty good because it felt like we lost pretty much every game in the NFC South. So shout out to everyone else in the league to help out the Carolina Panthers. Quick look here at the season stats. Cam Newton doesn't appear to be terrible in the sim right now. 3,500 passing yards, 33 touchdowns, 8 picks. That is really good numbers for Cam Newton. We got 1,200 rushing yards, 7 touchdowns from McCaffrey, 608 from CJ. The rushing stats are still broken for the quarterbacks, but I guess seeing that is good considering I've seen Lamar Jackson when he's like a 90-something only run the ball like 5 times, so could be worse. Looking at receiving, Greg Olsen led team 80 catches, 860 and 7, 606 from Torrey Smith, 7 and 7 from Funchess, 7 and 9 from DJ Moore. Both these guys went up, I think, +4, maybe even +5 for DJ Moore throughout the season, which was dope. I would expect maybe a little bit better receiving numbers from Christian McCaffrey, but I definitely will take those rushing numbers with those receiving numbers than say vice versa, or say him not breaking 1,000 rushing yards. Defensively, Luke Kuechly was really good. 107 tackles, 4 sacks, and a pick. We got 9 sacks, 14 TFLs from Julius Peppers, who did not want to come back to the Carolina Panthers, which was frustrating. We were able to bring back Thomas Davis. K1, 16 and 9, 16 and 7 from Poe, 13 and 6.5 from Thomas Davis, who will be coming back for 1 more year. 2 picks from the rookie Dante Jackson, which kind of sucks because in real life he already has more than that, but we'll take that, man. The defense played well. Quick look at the yearly awards. MVP went to Baker Mayfield, winning MVP and being a 94 overall. As a rookie is kind of frustrating. Cam Newton coming in at number 9. Coach of the Year went to Vance Joseph, with Riverboat Ron coming in at 4. NFC Offensive Player of the Year, Zeke Elliott won it, with Cam coming in at number 5. Defensive Player of the Year went to Deion Jones, with Kuechly coming in at number 5. Thomas Davis at number 8. Offensive Rookie of the Year went to Saquon Barkley. DJ Moore at 4. Gotta love that good old rookie Adrian Peterson there. Defensive Rookie of the Year went to Fred Warner, with Dante Jackson coming in at 5. So, I mean, we had some good individual success, but ultimately that 11-4-1 for the Carolina Panthers year 1 is kind of surprising. So let's find out who we're taking on in the NFC divisional round, and it is the 9-7 Minnesota Vikings. Let's get in this game right away, and hopefully we can get a first playoff win of this rebuild. Let's go, Cam! Now, this is an entirely different beast. You can play well in the sim, and then you can still suck in the super sim. So, going up against the Vikings. Usually the Vikings, for whatever reason, are not good in the sim in this game for, I don't know, maybe the guy that made it hates the Vikings. But not great that the 2 times we've actually got the ball and got in the red zone, we've had to settle for field goals. Come on, Cam. Come on, Cam. You've been to the Super Bowl before, all right? Should not be having these first-time jitters. Look at this, man. Our offense is doing nothing. Our offense is doing nothing. fucking nothing, as Conor McGregor would say. My God, this is embarrassing. An embarrassing offensive display. Oh, didn't score a touchdown in our first playoff berth as we lost 24-6. Cam Newton had garbage stat line for Cam Newton. Our defense just. DJ Moore looked good. That's the only positive we could take from this game. Wash our hands of it. Jump into the offseason. Get into year 2. The first time, there's actually some interesting names in free agency. C.J. Mosley, David Irving, Quan Alexander. Not familiar names. The other got the old treatment of the Dolphins or Redskins. Or like, we don't need C.J. Mosley. We got Luke Kuechly or David Irving. Don't need D tackle. It sucks. And Dante Fowler's the only interesting guy that I thought. And he got dolphined. So that sucks. So here is our draft recap, and I did expose a little bit of cheese, which you'll see in just a second. In the first round, though, we got Montez Sweat, defensive end from Mississippi State. 75 quick, scheme fit as an edge rusher because, unfortunately, we lost Julius Peppers. We had to go best player available, I think, on the defensive line, and he was the only one available. I think Joe Jackson from Miami was still there, but I think we've drafted him before in rebuild, so let's go something fresh. And he was a scheme fit. And then the second round, we got Marquise, a.k.a. Hollywood Brown from Oklahoma, 74, quick dev, going to be an upgrade over Curtis Samuel, and we'll add him as our third head to our wide receiving core. I think DJ Moore in the slot's going to be beneficial, and then having Hollywood Brown and Devin Funchess on the outside. Like, that is going to be our wide receiver core for the remainder of the rebuild. We got Elton Jenkins, center here. Here's a bad one. Derek Brown's really good, but for every reason when I was editing, his college comes as not available, so he just gets passed over. So he's a first-round talent. He was still sitting there in the 4th round. We need a D tackle. He's 75 quick, so I just decided to grab him, but I'm going to have to fix that for next rebuild. And then the rest of the draft class wasn't anything special. Drew Samia and Darrell Henderson, just more so filling out some depth roles. But considering we didn't bring anyone in free agency, that's a good haul for the first draft. All right, so as we start year number 2, let's take a look at the team stats. We'll just say, just a warning that this is the first day that, what's been legalized up here in Canada. And might not be my sharpest, or I might take my game to the next level here. So anyways, as we look at team number 2, year number 2, team number 2, sorry, fucking up. DJ Moore, look at that growth. Look at that growth, baby. What was he last year? 76, started out 76, all the way up to an 88, the number 25 wide receiver in the league right now. Funchess is developing nicely. Cam's doing all right. Christian McCaffrey's nice. I really do feel good about this team. 83 offense looks a little bit and feels a little bit better than that. Defense is an 85. We got Montez Sweat will be starting at defensive end, but we still need to continue to get younger, especially at the opposing spot there. Bradbury's up to an 82, Jackson 81. So those two guys look pretty good to be our core guys on the cornerback. We weren't sure if that's what we had there. I feel kind of confident that you throw that in with Eric Reed. They're all it's good. Linebacker core is the exact same guys. You got back Thomas Davis, who might be a little bit long in the tooth now, but still put up great production last year. We did move on from Mike Adams at safety and did not get his replacement, so we're going Rashad Golden, Mr. Middle Finger, just throwing it up. That's all I remember about him at Tennessee. Anyways, our season goal this year after making, actually, you know what? I have a feeling when you set this, that it changes how the scripting works. So we're not going to send it. Oh, I have to. Can't make the playoffs. Oh boy, I don't know what we just did, but yeah, we made the playoffs last year. Got to make it this year. All right, so we are at the midway point of the season, 4-3, which is not bad. We're actually on like a 3-game winning streak. So hey, we're right there, right in the hunt for the NFC South. So look at some player contract negotiations. First up, we have James Bradbury, who is an 83 overall, getting ready to be an 84 very soon. So he's a quick dev as well, which is something we can work with. Glad we got him. Shaq Thompson, another guy, very popular to find his way out onto the free agency market. We're not going to let that happen. Thomas Davis, we're probably going to be moving on. So I think the rest of these guys, Arma made the Pro Bowl last year as a fullback, so we have the feel good. Whatever. We're fine. Bradbury, Shaq Thompson, only 2 we're grabbing this time. Sorry, Thomas Davis. Time to move on. We gave you the luxurious 1-year deal last year, right? You're pushing it now. So not a great sophomore season. As we failed to make the playoffs, it was a competitive NFC South, but we're still bottom of the NFC South. So we're the shiniest turd. And there's the Cam Newton I was expecting last year. So when nothing changed this year, we only got better. He posed pretty much the same passing yardage, but we had 30 plus TDs. He has more picks than touchdowns, so that's awesome. McCaffrey, good year, 1,300 yards, 11 TDs. No 1,000-yard receivers. That's actually something we've noticed the last couple of rebuilds. We haven't had that dominant outside playmaker. 800 yards and 5 TDs from Brown was good. And these guys are developing nicely, which I guess is all that really matters, kind of. Luke Kuechly on the team, 107 tackles, 4 TFLs, 4 sacks, 2 picks. 8.5 sacks, 12 TFLs from K1 Short. Nice. And 4 picks from Eric Reed, 3 from Cockrell, 3 from Bradbury. Not bad, man. We're definitely bringing it, especially in that secondary. Quick look at the yearly awards. MVP went to Blake Bortles, gross. And Ryan Fitzpatrick, also there. Todd Gurley, Offensive Player of the Year. We had no one. Defensive Player of the Year went to Khalil Mack. Luke Kuechly at number 9. Offensive Rookie of the Year went to Justin Herbert. Marquise Brown. Hollywood Brown coming in number 2. Defensive Rookie of the Year went to Greedy Williams. Montez Sweat coming in at 5. So, bad year, man. I mean, we kind of almost expected it from making the playoffs last year that something bad was going to happen this year in year 2. So let's have a good offseason, sign some free agents, and make the jump back into the playoffs in year 3. For free agency, we're looking at Austin Seferian-Jenkins. Just, come on, old man Greg. We'll keep third leg Greg right there. But 85, and he has a quick dev, so that's nice. And then we got Von Bell here, who's a zone strong safety. We're going to move him to the free safety spot and pair him up with Eric Reed. So here is a look at our draft recap. We're able to land both those free agent targets. In the first round, we got Ryan Bates, left guard from Penn State. Not a sexy pick, but he's going to walk right in and start. No good dev trait, but scheme fit. So he's 22. Second round, we got Caleb Kelly. If you're watching college football, he's the big, mean, scary-looking guy on the Oklahoma defense. 71 normal. Will he be able to take over Thomas Davis' spot? We'll have to wait and see. Third round, Jacob Eason slipped. He was the first-round quarterback. And, I mean, I guess, I wasn't prepared to use one of the bigger name quarterbacks in the draft class yet. And, if he doesn't start, he may put himself back in rotation for a potential rebuild. But, I mean, should still have a backup in case Cam Newton puts up another dog shit season like he did. And we have to make the gamble because Eason will lose that star dev if he doesn't play this year. And I feel like Cam should get one more opportunity. Maybe it was just a down year for the entire team. We got James Lynch, D-tackle Baylor, Chaffin, center from Stanford, Conklin, linebacker from Minnesota, and we brought in Khalil Tate just for more so a scheme fit, like-for-like replacement, I guess. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. But that's our draft class and offseason. So look at our team year 3. Still looks really, really good. Hey, DJ Moore's developing. He and Christian McCaffrey might get their gold gloves. Offensive line still a work in progress. We brought in an upgrade at tight end, and it's sad to say that's an upgrade, but Greg Olsen is getting hit with that freaking regression bug. Same with Luke Kuechly, man, on the defense. He was a 99. Now he's down to a 98. Caleb Kelly will start with Shaq Thompson as an outside linebacker. Von Bell's been moved to free safety. Do not have a replacement right there, which is very annoying. Let's figure it out. But Jackson and Bradbury both at 85 pleases me. So we're into year 3. I'm not setting a goal because I think that curses things. We're just going to let rock and roll and hopefully get back to the playoffs. As we sit here at 0-3, we're not making the same mistake of years past. Jacob Eason is getting the start. Cam Newton, I think the era is done here. The Cam Newton era has finished, perhaps in Carolina. All right, midway point of the season, our team's absolute dog shit at 1-7. Doesn't matter who's at quarterback. I feel like it's time to just make that transition, though, to Jacob Eason. Jacob or Jason? Jacob. Wow, Jacob, Jangleheimer, Schmidt. Anyways, look at that. Who we need to talk about bringing back McCaffrey. Oh, it's perfect that it's a contract year for Cam Newton because it is time for him to hang over the reins. As Chris McCaffrey lost a dev trait, which stinks. I mean, there's going to be a lot of transition this year. I don't want to bring back any of these motherfuckers. So we're going to just roll with Christian McCaffrey. Well, there goes. There was has to be a first. So we started this rebuild off at a very big high of the Panthers making the playoffs, and now we finished 1-15 with a 1-15 with an 87 overall team with no injuries. Eason was our starter. He developed up to an 80, which is looking good because I assume after this year, Cam's probably going to fall down to an 86, 87. So, I mean, we're preparing life beyond that. But, man, that was dog shit. Absolute dog shit. Yearly awards, sure, we'll look at those. Okay, let's look at this. So, Eason came in after missing some time. Either quarterback, really. It's just one of those things where if you don't have if you have 3 quarterbacks, you don't have one quarterback. Kind of what we had here. Neither were terrible, neither were great. It is what it is. McCaffrey still broke 1,000 yards, which is a good little streak there. No 1,000-yard receiver. Defensively, I'm going to assume Luke Kuechly went off. 128 tackles, 4 sacks. We got 6.5, 17 TFLs, K1 short. But hey, shout out to Brian Cox Jr., Florida Gator right there. Nice season. 4 interceptions from Bradbury. Obviously, team interceptions as a whole are down this year. Yearly awards. Todd Gurley got himself an MVP award. In the NFC Offensive Player of the Year went to Todd Gurley. Defensive Player of the Year went to Khalil Mack yet again. Offensive Rookie of the Year went to Jacob Eason. I didn't check to see if he got a dev trait change. We will definitely take a peek. Number 6 was Caleb Kelly. Come on. If Eason got that superstar, then that makes this 1 in 15 season all worth it. He did not do. He did not. All right, let's get into the offseason. So heading into the year 3 offseason, we're going to throw some cash around. First up, David Bakhtiari, left tackle. He will play left and or right either way. Big ass contract though, because obviously you have to outbid the Washington Midskins. So they thought a fair deal was $69 million total. We had to offer $127. And then Jordan Willis, we'd get him and move him to the other defensive end spot to form a nice partnership with Montez Sweat. So I have the number 1 overall pick, and I was looking around at what we need. Don't need a wide receiver at all. This is the craziest stats I've seen on a wideout to date. I mean, when you look at our team, you could go offensive line, but I mean, that guy's nothing special. He's a second rounder. No. Like, there's no exciting offensive line pick. You look at the defensive side. I mean, we could use a defensive end. This guy's all B's. Ooh. Derek Burton making a case. That's actually a really nice looking D tackle. We don't need that much help from the interior. It's a nice linebacker. We got old Luke Kuechly in the secondary. One of these guys both those guys look pretty good. But for me, I mean, shit. Let's grab him. That's the sickest wide receiver. He's gonna be 80 plus. 85 star. Oh my god. That's our best draft pick of a rebuild. And it was Randy. It was a Randy. 85 star dev wide receiver. Good God, everybody. And in the second round, I straight up drafted this guy because of his last name and he looked good. 82. We got the number 1 and number 2 talent in the draft. My God. I was worried about the title. We got ourselves a title. Whew. Good God, boys. Here's our draft recap. I picked the first 3 picks. I simmed out the rest. We got 85, Roy Rucci, wide receiver, star dev. Second pick, second round, first overall, Caro Go Lucky. And we needed like a slot corner. That's another reason why. And I was like, all right, good combine. Let's grab him. And then the third round, we got a 77 guard. I don't think he had a special dev, which he didn't. 70. This is all computer. We got a 74 D end. Thanks. A couple 70s. We'll all take it. So I want to see. Did we get number 1 and number 2? Number 1 and number 2. Technically, we're right. We got ourselves a YouTube title. All right, as we get ready for year 4, here is our team. We're going Eason as a starter. Offense looks good. So I guess the Rucci pick, we had to make it, but because null and void, I think what did we get in the second or third round last year? Hollywood Brown. I mean, it's still going to be good for him. Actually, we have to probably take over. Offensive line looks nice. Bakhtiari, sure, why not? Right tackle is more important. 95 overall offense, 89 overall team, coming off a 1-win season. Defense is an 87. I mean, we could maybe change to see if we can get a better scheme fit. Just going to a base 4-3 helps it out a little bit. Sure, let's do that. I mean, I'm hoping we do good. I'm hoping we do good things and try to get back in the playoffs. All right, here we are at the midway point of year number 4, 2. This year 3. Well, I'm pretty sure I just skipped a year. Yeah, this is year 3. You know, we're doing all right. See, guys, this is what happens. When I'm not my mental focus, my memory's shit right now. Don't be under the influence. I have no idea if this is year 2 or 3. I'm pretty sure this is year 3 or 4. I'll figure that out, and let's look at where we're at. So we're 4-2-1, second in the NFC South. We'll take that. We'll go to players, and we need to talk about DJ Moore. Yes, sir. Even though you lost your star dev, you're still a monster for me. Luke Kuechly. Yes, sir. You're the face and leader of this defense, even though you're regressing like a mother bitch. Dante Jackson. Yes, sir. Even though you lost all your dev traits, we'll bring you back. K1 short, you're getting old, but we have no one to replace you. Trey Turner, you're a pivotal part of our offense. Eric Reed, yep, bring him back. He's actually held on to his dev trait, which is good. Graham Gano, let's see if we can maintain and hold our very strong special teams unit between him and Pilardi, who both have quick dev traits. The rest of these guys can all go pound sand. So, is there any player that we didn't? Luke Kuechly, we had to go back for him. Other than that, we just spent a lot of money to keep our own. Beautiful. Here we are, back into the playoffs, even though we got smoked week 17, 44-14 against the Patriots. Don't care, 9-6-1. Ugly, don't care. Got in the playoffs over the tie. Thing of beauty, thing of beauty. Upgrading our players real quick to get anyone that, no, doesn't look like anyone got any Pro Bowls or anything. Looking at our final season stats for Mr. Eason's first, there you go. First year in charge. 3,700 passing yards, 34 touchdowns, 8 picks. Nice. 1,200 yards, 4 TDs from McCaffrey. Nice. Receiving, no 1,000-yard rushers, but 3 really good ones. Rucci, 809 as a rookie. Beautiful. Funches, not so much. DJ Moore, great year. Safarian Jenkins, great year. Defensively, Luke Kuechly's tackles are starting to slow down a little bit. 9 sacks, 6 TFLs from Jordan Willis, who we brought over from free agency. 3 picks, Caleb Kelly. Like to see that production out of the young man. Luke and the Yearly Awards. MVP went to Sean Watson. Jacob Eason, number 10. NFC Offensive Player of the Year went to Ezekiel Elliott, with Jacob Eason coming in at 6. Defensive Player of the Year went to Khalil Mack for I think that's the 3rd straight season. Nice. It's fair to everybody else. Offensive Rookie of the Year went to Roy Rucci, because clearly this guy is a freak of nature. And our backup running back coming in at 2. And this guy, Boobin. Nice. Good for you. Go Lucky coming to number 3. I'll take that, man. Our young guys are performing. And this team, we're definitely in year 3, is rolling as we get ready for playoffs in year number 3. All right, let's not tank in this game. We got to find, let's see that steal. Let's see that steal that was formed and molded in that Super Bowl run. Jesus, feels like 10 years ago now. And see if this team, you know, Ron Rivera, can put that all on Cam Newton. Because Cam Newton's first playoff run went pretty well. Let's see what we can do here. We're up 21-6 right now over the Cardinals. We're being ruthless in the red zone for the most part, which is what we weren't seeing when Cam Newton was our quarterback. I think we will be moving on. Barring horrific collapse. 31-9 right now in the 4th quarter. It looks like Eason's a playoff QB, man. It was a player we didn't know we wanted. Jacob Eason, 200 yards, 2 touchdowns, 171 rushing yards on the day for Christian McCaffrey as the Panthers are moving on. All right, we got the divisional here going up against the 13-3 Chicago Bears with the unanimous defensive MVP the last 3 years since this rebuild's been in effect. So a little bit worried, but we're trading off field goals here. We're the underdogs. We're the underdogs. We're playing back against the wall. That worked well for the Philadelphia Eagles. Don't like the fact that every time we've got in the red zone so far, we've had to settle for a field goal. Just not looking like it's going to get the job done. And look at that. No, yeah, it's over. It's over. We didn't even try hard. It sucks. Get me out of this. 3 field goals. Can't even get a sympathy touchdown. Can we get a sympathy touchdown? Oh, yeah, we can't even get a sympathy touchdown. Well, you know, this already feels like a rebuild that I'm going to have to take over in year 5. It is what it is. Go to the offseason. All right, looking to invest heavily in the offensive line again. Last year's Bakhtiari. This year, thank you, Quentin Nelson. Look at our draft recap. I only made 2 picks in this draft because literally the scouting was horrendous. We got a strong safety here just because Eric Reed, I think, is going to start to decline. We got a great pick at pick 27, 81 overall. Amon Kennard from Stanford. Quick dev. Beautiful. Then we just got a 73, I think just normal dev linebacker. And then the rest of the picks, the computer didn't really help me out any. But to pair that with Quentin Nelson, great offseason. So this is it, Super Bowl or bust time in year 2022. We have a 90 overall team, 99 offense, 85 defense. This is kind of the inverse. Usually we have the really good defense and the shit offense, and I kind of use that as an excuse. Well, now we're on the absolute opposite, and we need to see some production. So we got 2 A pluses. Even though we did that Saquon Barkley challenge and found out the offensive line doesn't really mean much, we have a good offensive line. Funches is 90, DJ Moore 96, Rucci 92. McCaffrey 96. I mean, there's more than enough weapons to make Jacob Eason work. defensively, you know, we're all right. We're all right. Dante Jackson's a 91. Luke Kuechly's regressing a lot, 91. We still have not had a right outside linebacker for pretty much this whole rebuild. Don't matter. Still feel confident we can get the job done here and get the Super Bowl. So that's going to be our season goal. Make it to the Super Bowl. All right, at the end of the season, we got that first round bye. I don't know how Eason got +6 skill points. He was quarterback of the year, got a superstar. Great. Too little too late here, bud. Pro Bowl, passer rating. That's pretty good. You got almost 8,000 XP for just passer rating. Just auto upgrade all these guys. Get our team to where they're really going to be. So our 99 offense is now even more a 99 offense. 89 defense, as we won the NFC South with a 12-4 record, so that brings us to 2 divisional titles in this rebuild. Eason with, we'll round that up to 4,500 passing yards, 37 touchdowns, 9 picks, so much better than anything we would have got with Cam Newton. We got 1,200 yards, almost 1,300 yards, 7 touchdowns from McCaffrey, who's been probably the most consistent player on this offense. Finally broke a 1,000-yard receiver, DJ Moore, 1,100 yards, 10 TDs. Safarian Jenkins, 911, 804 from Funches, almost 1,010 from Roy Rucci, who's going to go down in the history of my greatest draft pick so far in Madden 19. Defensive side, Luke Kuechly, even though he's old, 117 tackles, 2 sacks, 10 tackles for loss, and 3 picks. We got 9.5 sacks from Montez Sweat, and 3 picks. Luke Kuechly led the team. Go Lucky. Carol Go Lucky, baby. This guy rocking and rolling out of the greatest footballing school in America. Todd Gurley got the MVP, beating out our boy, Jacob Eason. Kind of frustrating that we didn't get that. Third in the NFC Offensive Player of the Year, which doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Defensive Player of the Year finally didn't go to Khalil Mack, but still stays on that Bears defense with Roquan Smith. Luke Kuechly was a runner-up at number 2. So with that first round bye, I mean, we're in a Super Bowl bust scenario, which means big old Papa Bear going to be stepping in as we look towards hosting the 10-6 Dallas Cowgirls in our divisional playoff round. Worst throw of all time. Fuck. 3rd and goal. Time for us to get on the clock here. We got big old Devin Funches in the red zone. That's where we're going to try and go. Which we do, and he's wide open for the game-tying touchdown. Thanks for watching the rebuild, everybody. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Catch you on the next one.
Than that, I got no reason to talk to any of you. Money I'm spending, I'm out and I'm shopping. You talking that shit, well you talking and talking. Look at my options, look at me dropping. Ass in the game, like who are you stopping? Not me, not me, not never. Not me, not me, not never. Not me, not me.